part of the Petersburg story is about none other than Petersburg's own Frank Mason III. The Kansas Jayhawk and former Petersburg alum claimed his third major college basketball player of the year award. Mason, a 5'11" guard from Petersburg, won the Associated Press Player of the Year award Thursday, the Oscar Robertson Trophy on Friday, and was presented the James A. Naismith Trophy on Sunday. The Naismith Trophy recognizes college basketball's most outstanding men's player. Frank is the only KU player to have won the AP and UBWA awards. He is the second Kansas player to win more than one National Player of the Year award in the same season. The 2017 Big 12 Player of the Year, Frank averaged 20.9 points and was the first Kansas player to lead the league in scoring since 2004. This past season, Mason became the first player and Kansas player in history to average 20 points and 5 assists for his career. Mason ranks 6th on Kansas Jayhawk career scoring list with 1,885 points and 6th in career assists at 576. Frank is the only person in Kansas history to rank that high in career points and assists. Petersburg proudly recognizes Frank Mason for all that he's done, and he's a shining example of what can come out of Petersburg. So a round of applause, please.
The next item, item 5, proclamation, a proclamation for Sexual Violence Awareness Month. Mayor Brown.
Whereas sexual violence is widespread and affects millions of Americans each year. And whereas children who grow up in violent homes are abused and neglected at a rate higher than the national average. And whereas only a coordinated community effort will put a stop to this crime. And whereas sexual violence costs the nation billions of dollars annually in medical expenses, police and court costs, shelter, sick leave, absenteeism, and non-productivity. And whereas Sexual Violence Awareness Month provides an excellent opportunity for citizens to learn more about preventing sexual violence and to show support for the James House, the accredited nonprofit crisis center that provides cost-free, confidential support, advocacy, and education for people in Petersburg affected by sexual violence. Now, therefore, I, Samuel Parham, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the city of Petersburg, do hereby proclaim the month of April 2017 as Sexual Violence Awareness Month in the city of Petersburg, and urge all the citizens of Petersburg to work together to eliminate sexual violence from our community. Dated April 4th, 2017, signed by myself and the Clerk of Council, Nikesha Jackson.
Thank you so much for once again supporting the work of the James House here in the city of Petersburg. We want to let all the citizens know that we do have a couple of events coming up. If you want to come out and support our work, we have a fun Walk a Mile in Her Shoes that Sheriff Vanessa Crawford is putting together for us, where we encourage men and boys to come out and put on women's high heel shoes and walk a mile to help raise awareness. There's flyers on the back table. We are also hosting a free training for people who have children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, work with children. It's called Stewards of Children, and it's a great way to learn to recognize and respond appropriately to suspected child sexual abuse. Flyers are on the back for that as well. And then we're hosting a year-long free movie series. So if you're interested in learning more about domestic violence, sexual violence, and stalking, and how it affects our community and what you can do about it, there's a flyer for that as well. We encourage you to take part in any or all of those. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Item 5B, a proclamation for National Library Week.
Whereas libraries are not just about what we have for people, but what we do for and with people. And whereas libraries have long served as trusted and treasured institutions, and library workers and librarians fuel efforts to better communities, campuses, and schools. And whereas libraries are organizers and information experts who for centuries have guided people to the best information resources. Librarians provide more than facts. They provide the expertise and services that add meaning to those facts. And whereas libraries continue to fulfill their role in leveling the playing field for all who seek information and access to technologies, especially as our society is at a critical juncture regarding the changing information landscape and the skills needed to thrive in our digital world. And whereas libraries and librarians are looking beyond their traditional roles and providing more opportunities for community engagement and deliver new services that connect closely with patrons' needs. And whereas libraries and librarians open a world of possibilities through innovative STEAM programming, maker spaces, job-seeking resources, and the power of reading. And whereas libraries support democracy and effect social change through their commitment to provide equitable access to information for all library users, regardless of race, ethnicity, creed, ability, sexual orientation, gender identity, or socioeconomic status. And whereas libraries work to serve all community members, including people of color, immigrants, people with disabilities, and the most vulnerable in our communities, offering services and educational services that transform communities, open minds, and promote inclusion and diversity. And whereas libraries, librarians, library workers, and supporters across America are celebrating National Library Week. Now, therefore, I, Samuel Parham, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Petersburg, do hereby proclaim April 9th through 15th, 2017 as National Library Week in the city of Petersburg, and encourage all residents to visit the library this week and explore what's new at your library and engage with your librarian. Because of you, our experts in the library, libraries transform. Dated April 4th, 2017, signed by myself and the clerk of council, Nakisha Jackson. Round of applause, please, for our librarian.